My sister-in-law's DNA kit to ruin my marriage backfired when her son's test revealed shocking truths about her own family. I always thought my marriage was strong, unshakable even. My husband, Daniel, and I had built a beautiful life together, one of trust, respect, and love. But I had no idea that my own sister-in-law, Rachel, harbored such resentment toward me. I never truly understood why, but I always felt her cold glares, her passive-aggressive remarks, and the way she tried to undermine me at every opportunity. Rachel was Daniel's older sister, and to say she was overprotective of him would be an understatement. She never thought I was good enough for her brother, and over the years she had tried to stir drama in our marriage. But nothing could have prepared me for the lengths she would go to in an attempt to break us apart. It all started with a family gathering, a warm Sunday afternoon at Daniel's parents' house in Massachusetts. We were sitting around the backyard fire pit when Rachel brought up the idea of taking DNA tests. She had recently ordered a kit for herself and was excited about tracing her family roots. "I think we should all do it," she said, her eyes gleaming with mischief. "It'll be fun to see where we really come from." I was indifferent to the idea, but Daniel seemed intrigued. His family had always claimed European heritage, mostly Irish and German, so he figured it would be interesting to confirm. I agreed to participate, not realizing that Rachel had a much more sinister plan in mind. A few weeks passed, and the results arrived. That's when everything turned into a nightmare. Rachel was grinning from ear to ear when she called me over to her house. "I have something you need to see," she said, her voice laced with fake sweetness. I walked into her living room and saw an envelope on the table. "Open it," she urged. My hands trembled as I pulled out the printed results. My heart nearly stopped. According to the test, my DNA did not match Daniel's family at all. In fact, it suggested that I had a partial match with someone else. Someone unexpected. Rachel leaned in with a smirk. "It means you've been lying, dear sister-in-law. This proves that your son isn't Daniel's." I felt a wave of nausea crash over me. I knew this wasn't possible. My son Nathan was Daniel's child. There was no question about it. My mind raced with confusion, fear, and anger. I demanded a retest, but Rachel insisted that the results were final. "Face it, you've been caught," she sneered. "Daniel deserves to know the truth." That night, I barely slept. When Daniel came home from work, I broke down in tears, telling him everything. To my relief, he didn't believe Rachel. "Something isn't right," he said firmly. "We'll do another test." And we did. We sent in new samples, mine, Daniel's, and Nathan's, directly to a different reputable lab. The waiting period was agonizing, but when the results came in, they confirmed what I already knew. Nathan was Daniel's biological son. I thought that would be the end of it, but fate had other plans. Rachel was so sure of her scheme that she had also submitted her son's DNA to the same database. And when she got his results, her entire world shattered. One evening, I received a call from Daniel's mother. Her voice was shaking. "You need to come over now." When I arrived, Rachel was in hysterics. The very test she had hoped would destroy my marriage had instead revealed a devastating secret about her own family. Her son's DNA didn't match her husband's. Daniel's parents were in shock. Rachel's husband, Greg, was demanding answers. It turned out that Rachel's son was not Greg's biological child, and there was only one explanation. Rachel had been unfaithful. The room fell into stunned silence. Rachel tried to deny it, but the evidence was irrefutable. Her web of deception had ensnared her instead of me. She had tried to ruin my marriage, and in doing so, had exposed the biggest betrayal of her own life. Her husband stormed out, vowing never to forgive her. Daniel's parents were devastated. And Rachel? She was left to face the consequences of her own schemes. As for me, I walked out of that house with my head held high, my marriage stronger than ever. Rachel had wanted to destroy me, but in the end, her plan backfired in the most poetic way possible. They say karma never misses its mark, and on that day I witnessed it firsthand.